Welcome everyone. Thank you for tuning in to our January Super Storytime. My name is Susan and I'm Josephine Community Library's Youth Services Librarian, and I will be your Storytime person for this Super Storytime. What is our Super Storytime about today? It's one of my favorite things to talk about, and that is picture book illustrations. Illustrations help visually tell the story through different art techniques and mediums, such as watercolor painting and colored pencils. But before we get started, it's time to sing our Storytime song. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1. If you want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, stomp your feet. If you want to hear a story, stomp your feet. If you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, stomp your feet. If you want to hear a story, take a seat. If you want to hear a story, take a seat. If you want to hear a story, make your hands all nice and neat. If you want to hear a story, take a seat. Great job, everyone. So, for our first book, I'm going to be reading My Friend Earth, which is written by Patricia MacLachlan and illustrated by Francesca Sana, read with permission from Chronicle Books. My friend Earth wakes from a winter's nap. She hears the busy spring sounds, the farmer's hoe tap-tapping in the garden, the caws of crows. She sees the little, the silent seed, the spider spinning silver, the robin and the wrens. And the long-winged albatross crossing the sea, the mole tunneling in the underdark. She guides the chimpanzee to her night nest, and the zebra baby to find his mother, and the hundreds of black and white striped mothers. She tends the prairie where the sun-dappled wild horses run through grasses that swish against their legs. The tundra where the reindeer graze for moss, and the glistening ice where the young polar bear pads on minted feet. She guards all the creatures in all the oceans, the black manta rays sleek like shadows, the shining parrotfish, the tiny krill who swim with millions of other krill to look big, and the whales who are big. My friend Earth pours the summer rain to fill streams flowing down mountains, through the fields, to the rivers, to the sea. Sometimes she pours too much rain, floating towns and meadows and roads, until she dries the land. Sometimes she blows fierce autumn wind, sweeping the limbs of trees and shingles from the roofs of houses. Until she stills the wind, so red and orange and yellow leaves float to the ground. When cold comes again, my friend Earth sprinkles the snow, whisper silent, covering the dens where the baby black bears are born in soft darkness, drifting over the icy pond where the turtle sleeps in mud, settling into the empty nests of birds. Underneath the white, the silent seed is cradled in the dark soil, watching, waiting to fly up again in the warm, bright sun of spring. That is my friend Earth. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break right now. And when we come back, we'll read the second book. And after the second book, our activity date for today will be to discuss the artwork in the books. Thank you. Welcome back. For our second book, we're going to be reading The Hidden Rainbow. This book is both illustrated and written by the same person, Christie Matheson, read with permission from HarperCollins Children's Books. This book happens to also be interactive, so please feel free to interact with me as I read. One little bee peeks out to see a world of gray and snow. She's looking for bright colors, and she needs you to help them grow. First, please brush the snow off the budding camellia trees. Let's brush it off. Look! Flowers are red and their nectar feeds 2 bees. Tickle the very tops of the growing tulip leaves. Very soon the bees will find orange. And can you see 3 bees? Next, point to the crocus shoots just beginning to sprout. Four bees are eating pollen now that, what color is this? Yellow has come out. Now it's time to search for a special 4-leaf clover. Can you find the 4-leaf clover? Good job. What luck! A field of green with 5 bees zooming over. Please wave the bees back to their hive. Let's wave. Clouds are gathering for a shower. The bees don't like the rain, but it is important for the flowers. The sun is shining. Blue is blooming and 6 bees are buzzing by. Next, trace a line straight down the orderly hyacinth row. Let's trace it right down. 7 bees are foraging in blooms of indigo. You're practically done. Now blow a kiss to the lovely lilac trees. The violet blossoms are brimming with nectar for 8 bees. At last, get ready to find 9 bees on the rainbow you grew. Wow! But the story is not over. These bees have work to do. Can you see 10 hummingbees getting busy in these trees? They're spreading so much pollen, you just might have to achoo! And why are the bees spreading pollen? So something you eat can grow. Thanks to the bees, soon you'll have your own delicious rainbow. Yum! What do we have here? We have apple, a peach tree, a pear tree, blueberries, another apple tree, plum, and blackberries. The end. That was The Hidden Rainbow by Christie Matheson. So, let's discuss the art in these picture books. I bet one of the first questions you might have is, how was it done? How are the illustrations done? Well, usually in books you can find that information either in the front or the back of the book. So let's look for it here in My Friend Earth. And here it is, right here, and I'll read it. The illustrations in this book were rendered in pencil, ink, and digital painting. Is that what you thought it might have been? So what are some of the things that you notice about this book and the illustrations? I'll tell you one of the first things I know is the use of earth tone colors. We have blues, greens, browns, and we also have yellows and oranges. Another thing that I noticed about this book is it uses a lot of curved lines. Here and here. And on this page, the lines curved representing the flowing water, and they flow down on the pages. Another thing that's curved in this book is the text. See how the curved text is curved upwards? And even on the page with the spider webs. The text follows the same line as the spider web, curved just like that. Another thing that I noticed is sometimes my friend Earth is big in comparison to things like the spider, which is small. Other times, my friend Earth is really tiny in compared to the things that are big, such as the well. And I also bet you notice that there's cutouts on the pages, giving you a glimpse as what is on the next page. And on this page, my friend Earth and the polar bear are looking down onto the next page. And lastly, about my friend Earth is on this page in the composition, how our elements are laid out. She's blowing wind, and the trees are bending as if they're really being blown. What are some other things that you might have noticed? For the next book, The Hidden Rainbow, let's talk about what type of illustrations and art was used in this. And like before, that information can be found at the back of the book. Watercolor paints and collages were used to prepare the full color art. So let's take a look. What is one of the first things that you noticed? I noticed the use of bright colors. We have red and orange, yellows, greens, and so on. I also noticed that on one page was text and on the other page was images. Speaking of the text, I noticed that the text is on a straight line. There's actually quite a few straight lines in here. The flower rows are straight, and we were even asked to trace a straight line. What are some things that you noticed about the Hidden Rainbow? Before we sing our goodbye song, I'd like to recommend some books. These books can be found in our catalog. If you're interested in them, please log into your account and click on that Place a Request button. Once available, you'll be notified to pick them up at curbside, either Fridays or Saturdays from noon to 4 p.m. The illustrators of these recommended books have either received a main award or an honor, and sometimes they've received more than one for their illustrations. The different awards being featured include the Coretta Scott King Book Award. The Coretta Scott King Book Awards are given annually to outstanding African American authors and illustrators of books for children and young adults that demonstrate an appreciation of African American culture and universal human values. The award commemorates the life and work of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and honors his wife, Mrs. Coretta Scott King, for her courage and determination to continue the work for peace and world brotherhood. The next award is the Pura Belpre Award. The award is named after Pura Belpre, the first Latina Puerto Rican librarian at the New York Public Library. The Pura Belpre Award, established in 1996, is presented annually to a Latino or Latina writer and illustrator whose work best portrays, affirms, and celebrates the Latino culture, experience, and an outstanding work of literature for children and youth. It is co-sponsored by the Association for Library Services to Children, a division of the American Library Association, and Reforma, the National Association to promote library information services to Latinos and the Spanish-speaking public. Lastly is a Caldecott Medal. The Caldecott Medal was named in honor of 19th century English illustrator Randolph Caldecott. It is awarded annually by the Association of Library Service to Children, a division of the American Library Association, to the artist of the most distinguished American picture book for children. The first book I'm recommending is The Undefeated. The Undefeated was written by Kwame Alexander and illustrated by Kadir Nelson. This book has both won a Caldecott Medal and a Coretta Scott King Award for Best Illustration. The next book is another Caldecott winner, A Ball for Daisy. A Ball for Daisy was illustrated by Chris Rashka. And this book is a wordless picture book, meaning that the story is told entirely through the pictures. The next book that I'm recommending is The Stuff of Stars. The Stuff of Stars was written by Marion Dane Bauer and illustrated by Ikua Holmes. Ikua won the Illustrator Award from the Coretta Scott King. The next book is Dreamers. Dreamers was written and illustrated by Yuyi Morales. Yuyi won the Pura Belpre Award for Best Illustrator. And the last one is My Poppy Has a Motorcycle. My Poppy Has a Motorcycle was written by Isabella Contuero and illustrated by Zeke Pena. Zeke won the Pura Belpre Honor Award for his illustrations. And let's go back to The Stuff of Stars. Take a closer look at the illustrations in this book. Are you ready to sing our goodbye song? Great. In 3, 2, 1. The more we read together, 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 the more we read together, the happier we'll be. For your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we read together, the happier we'll be. Good job, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. We hope to see you next time. Bye!